So now that it's been nearly a week since this massive Simon tweet that sent the community into a frenzy, Simon has been actively discussing on Twitter about his plans for the game, talking about an official Hytale server list, creator monetization, and we get a newly released Hytale image. While half the community is fully convinced that Hytale is saved, but others are still skeptical, we will soon receive a conclusive answer within a couple of weeks, as Simon over on Twitter says, quote, "It's going to take a couple of weeks to give an answer. Please be patient." On top of that, Simon explains how monetization will work in Hytale. Quote, "We will not do any pay to win on any official minigames or any of our official content," adding, "We will simply sell the game and have some cute extra cosmetics." All of this would allow us to support the creators, map makers, and modders with revenue share using creator codes. That way they can share their content for free and no need to add any monetization on their part. He then adds, even if we were to disallow pay to win, they would still do it, and we would waste a lot of time shutting down left and right. Let them be, with a tag for users to be aware. I think this is very smart. Opposed to adding an EULA system similar to Minecraft, which almost every Minecraft server had just ignored, he would allow them free reign with tags for various servers, and creator codes would be a bonus to incentivize creators to advertise their code, encourage monetization, and much more, while keeping the entire base game and official minigames non-pay to win, and completely cosmetic based. Genius. As for the outcome of Riot's decision, the teasing has continued on Twitter, with someone posting a meme with Slikey, an ex-Hytale dev, who responded with, "What do you know, and why am I so busy?" Simon then responded with a GIF that is the exact same one posted all over the Hytale info Reddit, with the context when you know Riot has accepted Simon's counteroffer, but you can't just prove it. Surely this means something, right? I don't know, I just might be way too excited. But some actual tangible news is Simon laying out his plans for DLC, discussing how all major updates, and even including DLC for the game, would be completely free, which completely makes sense. The main source of income for the game would be initial purchase and cosmetics, as he laid out earlier. Simon then discusses the server list, with an emphasis on pay-to-win and non-pay-to-win servers. Quote, "Rewarding non-pay-to-win servers instead of punishing pay-to-win is the better option." An example of this would be that he would feature these non-pay-to-win servers on the official Hytale server list and give them access to more creator features. I'm so relieved to hear Hytale will have an official server list. One of the main downfalls of Minecraft's multiplayer in modern times has stemmed from the fact that Minecraft doesn't have an official server list, forcing a small number of players to use third-party alternatives, resulting in lower multiplayer player counts. In one of Simon's latest tweets, he confirms our beliefs about using the Legacy engine. A user asked on Twitter if the new engine would be worth using, to which Simon replied simply with no. Then further elaborating on this, Simon said he had many discussions with developers who worked on this engine, to which they all agreed that the new engine wouldn't be worth using. I'm personally super excited about Simon's commitment to sticking to the Legacy engine. This is the engine we all fell in love with when Hytale was first announced. I fell in love with all the features and tools that were included in this initial vision. Now, I know what you all have been thinking. Trust me, I have too. Where are all the new clips and images from the game? Well, once Simon acquires the game, you can expect a variety of new gameplay footages and screenshots. Not sure how many of you have been waiting since 2018, but back then we'd get weekly blog posts with full-fledged mechanics and gameplay footage. But don't worry, your question has been answered. Someone states, people just mainly miss Hytale footage, which Simon replies with, "I would spam screenshots or videos to be honest." And then he added, he would supply us with footage of just walking around or exploring the world for around 5 minutes. As for day one features, Simon confirms you'd be able to create your own server on day one, of any kind of early access they would release. Even if they aren't able to launch an adventure mode with full-fledged lore, day one, he added, creators would be able to make these worlds their own and create their own stories. Quote, "Build your server's world and do things, do minigames, and even more." As for what this modding experience would be on day one, a user on Twitter asked what the vision is in terms of having infinite experiences, to which Simon responded, ultimately calling the modded content experience, quote, "limitless." Now, as for player customization, Simon confirmed over on Twitter, player-made skins would not be a thing to avoid, quote, "Roblox-like issues." He would invest heavily into making initial free cosmetics, so players would still be able to be creative and mix and match outfits. He then adds he's open to the idea of allowing players to submit cosmetics later on with a strict review system and have players vote on them as well. One of the main reasons for this is to keep the avatars coherent, quote, "keep the art style in place." Don't worry though, mods, maps, and servers would add their own experiences as well, but he wouldn't just want to create a mess, where avatars on main minigames are looking out of place and inappropriate. Now let's talk about this new image. Riot has recently been permitting developers to share their past work for portfolio purposes. With this, Thomas Frick over on Twitter recently dropped this new 3D model for the Quebecs. He showed off this neat GIF as well as some concept art of the Quebecs in a 2D space. We then get a look at a brand new Legacy screenshot with the 3D Quebec model in the world. Thomas adds some context with, quote, "This was one of my simulations with the Quebec integrated into grasslands in Legacy." The creature was posed and not animated. This helped evaluate if textures, level of detail, values, etc. were consistent with the world. Taking a look at the image, it's amazing to see how great that Legacy engine actually looks. This is what we'll be playing if Simon acquires the game. Fantastic. Of course, new Quebec models weren't intended for Legacy Edition. This Quebec was placed solely for development purposes to match art styles. As we've seen from previous tweets, Simon likes the new Quebec models, and is open to changing the Legacy Edition models to the new engine models. I assume this will be a lot easier, considering it's just a model and animation opposed to full-fledged mechanics. And that wraps up today's video. Want to stay updated on Simon's tweets and get this cool Hytale tag next to your name? Join our Discord, a link will be in the description. Hope to see you all there. We're just getting started with Simon's continued transparency about Hytale's progress, so stay tuned for more.